Sup Shredders, my name is Logan aka Spiderhands and welcome to SP Reviews, where today we're going to be checking out some tracks off of an album by a couple of acts named Killah Threat and CoolKillahz titled CoolKillahz. And if we switch over to here, we have it on Spotify. We have the first 6 tracks here. Actually, we have the whole entire album. We're going to be listening to the first 6. We're going to start with Like a King, go through all the way to Liquor Store, and we're going to hear what we think. Hang on a minute. Let's do this. Like a King. Let's go. Oh, that's nice and fresh. I learned the production on those panned hi-hats and the filtered claps. Oh, the vocals are sounding nice and crisp as well.
I'm out here grinding, stacking cheese. Off of that big house, flashy cars and diamond rings. My new friends put me on the screen. That's why when I touch down, they treat me just like a king. Yeah, I'm living.
When we go into the verse, like just before we go into the verse, that's sensational. It's so catchy. Like just how that calm confidence with the way that they sung that chorus, and that cool response to the backing vocals, kind of a little bit more melodic, a little bit more colorful, and just the low end was so tight, and those kicks are so punchy, and just wow, what a fantastic first impression. Like a King.
You ain't gotta ask what a bag at. This her on my wrist, I'ma flash that. She walking by me on purpose just so she can get that ass slap. Hit it till it crash like the NASDAQ. Baby mama on my line, seeing this she wanna bag that. Send a little something to a cash app. When you get into it, big problems turn to ish we laugh at. Everybody straight, so what we mad at? I'm talking champagne sipping, cruising in the boats. She ain't like the snow, so I took her to a coast. I don't drive the boat, but off gas we gon' float. See me in the club, VIP, I do the most. Always on the hustle, I'm just trying to catch a play. Don't play with my paper, I'ma find out where you stay.
Don't play with my paper, I'ma find out where you stay. Damn. It's just so smooth and so slick that those lines, they take you by surprise. You know, I dig it. I really dig it. I like just how almost hypnotically addictive this music is off the bat. I'm not joking. I'm not being hyperbolic. I'm really vibing with this. It sounds like something that a major label would release, dude. I'm blown away. Just a shout out to a Thoroughbred Entertainment and Unrated Music Group as well for the release. It's also on the album out here. That's dope though, man. Back to that hook. Out here grinding, stacking cheese. The lyrics, the vocals have been recorded clearly and professionally, so you can hear the story is, and there's a clear change in texture to how the vocalist sounds in the chorus to how the verse was done, so they're distinctive in that regard. Even if the musical theme is maintained throughout, it's just these little things which make it special, and I'm blown away by it, man. That fill coming into this is pretty dope as well. Nice amount of space between these main lines as well. Extra bit of development with that kind of perky little synth line now. The second half. Dope.
It wasn't always like this. I remember in them shopping centers was making it flip. I remember when I had presented the plan as a kid. Front and center had to mind my temper to elevate quick. I did it all and would do it again. Look through my lens of these aviators. You'll see innovation and determination. Every day was met with legislation and my vindication. But if you make it moolah yourself, then you won't mind a hater. Every other thought in my head about that bag now.
It's nice to have these harmonized vocals in the second half of the verse as well. But both of these musicians are obviously quite intelligent, you know, like stuff they're talking about. It's not just like, look at me, I'm the shit. You know, like there's more finesse to it, there's more nuance to that. Talking about like legislature and like and all this other kind of stuff. I dig it. I genuinely vibe with it. I like the fact that even though I've heard this time and time again with a lot of the hip hop and rap I speak to, along with other genres, mind you, this is still a fresh message. And I think it's just great to hear the differences in delivery between these two rappers, these two musicians. It's cool, man. That's the strength of a collaboration, I think.
Now I'm heading down 70, going eastbound. Making my rounds around
cheese.
Oh, we're coming in with that now. Okay.
Big house,
That synth lead on top.
cars and diamond rings. My new friends put me on the screen.
And like, just to point out that little how the backing vocal goes from left to right, it's kind of like you're going along the track like that, you know what I mean? Like you're going on a journey through it. It's a really smart little transition there. There's little little Easter eggy bits you can find in here, and you can appreciate it.
That's why when I
The care taken with the production.
treat me just like a king. Yeah, I'm living good.
Nice bit of distortion to that kick as well. Yep, really well mixed as well. Everything's nice and fresh in here. Nice bit of compression to that vocal take, and the rest of the instruments are EQ'd and filtered well. Oh, nice, and a great instrumental outro. And we're on the 4-minute mark for a single. Phenomenal. Oh, dude, that's like a masterclass in how you need to make an intro single to an album. No, I'm genuine. I'm serious about that. Great work. I completely understand why these guys have got like 17k views on it, 17k plays on it. They deserve it. Great start, like a king. I think that track is basically about the journey they two are having, succeeding at what they do, and the daily details of what they, driving around with like the subs going and everything like that, just having a fantastic time with it, as well as like letting people know not to mess with their steves. It's great. Like everything so far has been fantastic for a first impression. We've got Show Enough. Oh, again, it's a little bit more subtle. CoolKillahz.
Cool, Cal and Killer Threat. UMG Thoroughbred.
Baby gang.
Hey, wait one sec. This ain't real. Hold up. You ain't stacked. You ain't built. Hold up. You're not taught. You're not skilled. Hold up. So you won't slide. Now you won't chill. Show up. Started off making pennies work.
That was the hook? We just went through the hook like it was butter, man. Damn, that was smooth. I got lots of love for that. I love these lady backing vocals. There is an additional bit of texture there. We haven't heard that yet. We're not half-assing the way we put these beats together. There's a distinct, unique identity to each of these tracks.
Chefs at McDonald's, waking up in the AM hours after Sleepy Hollow. 21 years plus making money, what the hell do I know? Where you wanna accumulate anything, chasing your shadow. Walk through my battles, I channel the self-affliction. Money sign, it was my new addiction. Gotta barter for freedom, that's my definition. Even the thought of that idea is an apparition. Wake up 60 crippin' on a marathon speed. Always had the vision ever since the big wheel. Been a big deal, like bodies hitting a windshield. We're reinforced still to combat niggas with ill will. Many around my city got attitudes and they act hard against the rug rap. They tell me pickles on rap talk. Touch for cop cars, relaying facts like hot talk. Twist a sidebar, I bust around as a news czar. You as a student teaching me, don't make me laugh. I've been said I'm the king of it, and that's no cap. If it is a war, you might wanna forewarn your chief of staff. I'll have half of your hood missing by half a paragraph.
Wow, that got dark for a second, didn't it? That got deep. Just people just going missing like that. Damn, man. I want to talk about a few things I've heard so far. I like how we're introducing that those like the vocal that kind of stuff. I'm not sure if we had that chorus line again, but it was a great way to break up that verse, especially if we're going for another whole half of it. Just to keep things sounding fresh. And that guitar line shows a sense of sophistication as a welcome complexity to the overall harmony. I dig it.
One sec, this ain't real. Hold up, you ain't stacked, you ain't built.
Oh no, we're going to the chorus. My bad.
You're not taught, you're not skilled. Hold up, so you won't slide. Now you won't chill. Show up.
Show enough, Killah, I came to show him who's the master. They kissed the converse of my verses was used for the mashing. Too many doubted the flow, till we came through with classics. The greatest leaders' first visions came from a student's glasses. Such a beautiful passion, vibe cool as Alaska. That's your boo, I'm a cracker. She wanna screw cause I'm handsome. Baby, pardon my brashness. Truly came with the fashion. Sipping smoothies in traffic, run up on Coolie, I'm blasting. Life's a movie of madness. Play a part in the show. Cool and blowing on Cubans like like I was part of the road. Heart hardened and cold, feeling sorrows and no. Bought from Houston to Brooklyn like I was hardened for show. I'm humble for the rumble, asking for the action. Till then my feet kicked up and I'm relaxing. It's all fun and games until a nigga reacting. The hate when you get publishing checks, collecting back ends. But bitches love throwing their neck and doing back.
It's nice to have the contrast being discussed between like you know, like having that success and being ready to get used to like to get gritty with things and put in the work, but also to know when to relax and take a step back and just enjoy stuff. And I hear a lot more about the importance of sort of like hustling and stuff like that, as opposed to being grateful for what you have and being able to relax and appreciate it. I like the fact we're balancing that out.
Come through, we making noise. 90s track pains. OIP to my nigga Rich was getting packs in. Blue and gold chunking up sets. He knew me back then.
Wait one sec, this ain't real. Hold up, you ain't stacked, you ain't built. Hold up, you're not taught, you're not skilled. Hold up, so you won't slide, now you won't chill. Show love.
Is that it?
Show love.
Oh, that's a cool little delay part there.
Niggas talk shit till we show up.
This is the UMG stable gang gang. This is the UMG stable gang gang. Can't believe what you see from the gang bang. Can't believe what you see from the gang bang. What I need, some good weed and some good drink. What I need, some good weed and some good drink. Everything supersedes when you have rank. Everything supersedes when you have rank. This is the UMG state.
Everyone supersedes when you have rank. Oh, I get it. So like when you've made it and when you're on top of your game, everyone else sort of backs off and you can just enjoy your weed and light drink and everything like that. Which makes sense, man. Just celebrate, cherish it, you know?
Gang, gang, gang. This is the UMG stable gang, gang, gang. Can't believe what you see from the gang bang. Can't believe what you see from the gang bang. What I need, some good weed and some
This was a
good
fun way to
drink.
finish this track, actually. I've got a lot of love for that.
Everything
I wasn't expecting to go for another like additional sort of verse part or like another I suppose like a secondary verse or something like that, or a interlude or whatever, you know? It was just nice to have an outro that wasn't just a 40 to 50 second instrumental. I'm great that we added some bit at the end to kind of fill it in and make it meaningful. But no ops.
hot, you not. Give props, then shop. Flip flop, blue drop. Pit stop, no ops. Off top, no props. We pop, no cops. Big spot, gray sky. My block.
Okay, where we going with
no
this?
ops. We hot, you not. Give props.
No
then shop.
intro call, no
Flip flop,
filler.
Blue drop. Pit stop, no ops. Off top, no props. We pop, no cops. Big spot, gray sky. My blocks, no ops. When I step inside the city, the mentality of a brethren with me. Coming up, never had that, and I had to create a hustle. Can you dig me? Front and center in a Bentley, reminiscing on my days in a hoopty, writing down lyrics and bagging the product. I came from the mud and I dosed it loosely. Loyalty equal honor and respect, but nowadays there is a disconnect. I don't know what these niggas would expect, especially if I put you on a set. If we're being honest, I'm the one that gave you knowledge to go ahead and get a check. So now I gotta be direct, since you poking out your chest, due to the elements of your development.
I think this track is a little bit quieter than the other ones. I could be wrong. I think this one might have been mastered a little bit more quieter than the other ones, because those other ones are like really in your face. Not in a bad way. They were nice and loud. This one's just a little bit quieter. Not necessarily a bad thing.
I am too eloquent in a way I choose to chastise. You were not drunk, you were not high. You said what you said to my surprise. Cause you don't have leverage, my guy. And I glow with reverence, no lie. Although they say the ones that will do you wrong are the ones that's closest to you.
This guy's a phenomenal rapper.
Side is your brother, but now that's bogus to you. But back to the bread, cause I'm about money. I'm about truth, but no cuz your third eye fussy. We hot, you not.
Yeah, just straight on, just destroying the person they're talking to. Just like, look, you don't even poke out your chest at me. It's not worth it. You're not worth my time. I care about that money. You know, you ain't worth it. Man, that triplet flow for the first half was sensational, and just the amount of the range to the way the rhythms and the differences and the slight differences in the way that the words are expressed and emoted and everything like that. There was mild bits of aggression in there, condescension, and all the good stuff that you want to have in a smackdown. I think it's great.
Props, then shop. Flip flop, blue drop. Pit stop, no ops. Off top, no props. We pop, no cops. Big spot, gray sky. My block, no ops. We hot, you not. Give props, then shop. Flip flop, blue drop. Pit stop, no ops. Off top, no props. We pop, no cops. Big spot, gray sky. My blocks, no ops.
Nah, and we ain't rockin' with no ops, nigga. Bill O'Neal, bet you rockin' with the cops, niggas. This UMG ish, I'm riding with my block niggas. Gas good, go ahead, come and shop with us. Young nigga walking with some big knots with him. When you sit like Bobby Brown, they wanna rock with you. I'm over the stove, keep fucking up these damn pots. Unload and reload, keep fucking with this damn clock. Listen, bruh, I'ma keep it smooth. No, we.
There's a little bit. This is quite real, isn't it? Like, as in, like, not as in, like. I mean, I know this is like. I can assume they're talking about like experiences they had in their life and everything like that. But like, this is some serious stuff they're talking about, man. It's probably then the biggest thing for me is someone, especially I live in New Zealand, and nobody really carries guns or open carries in New Zealand. So to hear about people with Glocks and stuff like that is just like, holy shit, man. It's pretty wild stuff. Like, and everything else. I think I've learned a lot from doing these reviews. I'm grateful to learn about this kind of stuff.
Flex this muscle like I'm Ricky Rule. Better keep it cool. These hoes make the stab on social media. Behind closed doors, texting that they needin' you. You get on that itch because I'm at your neck, nigga. Well known as how I'm coming by respect, nigga. Spell my name without a C, I chin check, nigga. You a gangster when you never been no threat, nigga.
We hot, you not. Give props.
Damn, now this is a lot more serious.
Blue drop. Pit stop, no ops.
These two sound like they're completely done with whoever that they're talking about.
Gray sky. My block, no ops.
The drums are consistent. They've got that same groove to elevate the vocals and make them to keep them as the focal point. The bum 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 those melodic and harmonic instruments there along with the bass are just ominous and pertinent. And they are. It sounds threatening. It's like a calm confidence, but yes, it's a bit unsettling, I suppose. I think that's really well done. The music makes sense with the story. And again, to be clear, I think this track was well mixed and well mastered. I just meant that it sounds quieter than the other ones that I've heard so far. I don't have normalization turned on for my Spotify, I don't think. So that's potentially why that is. We got Charade. Oh, we got smooth 7th chords here. Jazzy ones. Airplane mode.
Keep that shit in there, cuz. That cool killer shit. You hear me? Yeah, cool shit, smooth shit. Faking like they down with the team, but the fortune and fame, they do it all for the chain. Know it's all a game. Come on, join the charade. Whoa.
This is a really interesting sounding drum kit. I like the clickiness of it. I like how they're working with different kinds of percussion and different tones there to, again, to give a unique identity to each track and to serve it well. There's a dragging to it as well. There's a kind of an interesting groove to it. Did all for the fame, but it's all a game. Come on, join the charade. Damn, man.
Control the mics, but it's shoots and ladders and politics. But so is life. Hunted at all times, I was built off the rip, stressed to have you tapping out straight, ready to call it quits. Faking like they live, uncreated, ball of shit. I play the game rough till niggas get off the stick. If you were outcast like dream big, go and embrace it. No future in your front, no extra points if you fake it. My brother smoked the blunt with his partner, ain't no we laced it. Never was the same after that, they call him crazy. My nigga, baby mama.
Oh, Yeah, we're going in that sort of direction to talk.
Really thought she loved, bro. Saw her out with her other partner, like what a love. Went from words stripped to mine gone blank, like where my words went. Curse spit, watch out for snakes, I got discernment. Faking like they down with the team, but a fortune and fame, they do it all for the chain. Know it's all a game.
It's really sophisticated, and it sounds like they're talking about this at a nightclub or like a like in a lounge of some kind, and they're just discussing all the people that have been there, pretending to be real, but they're actually not. There is a nice chillness and relaxed sort of tonality to the harmony with the piano and everything else, and these kind of bottle clinking kind of percussive bits. But at the same time, the problem is that it also sounds incredibly sad, as if they are mourning the fact that these people are behaving like this.
Come on, join the charade.
Like they feel sorry for them, you know?
Faking like they down with the team, but a fortune and fame, they do it all for the chain. Know it's all a game. Come on, join the charade. Whoa, faking like they down with the team, but a fortune and fame, they do it all for the chain. Know it's all a game. Come on, join the charade. Whoa, faking like they down with the team, but a fortune and fame, they do it all for the chain. Know it's all a game. Come on.
It's interesting that we're doubling these choruses here. I think that's part of what makes the song a little bit longer. And it's cool if we like are vibing with the sound of the chorus. It's a great chorus. It's just, I think that is literally why this track is 5 minutes, just because of that.
Now in the game of life you have to use your cranium. Don't be scared to roll the dice if yours made of vibranium. Every day you can scrabble, comparing apples to apples to try to mastermind the risk of who you let in your chapel. It's an operation of obligations to maintain when your numero uno mixed amongst all the code names. Now you get yourself in trouble as you humble yourself. Seeking perfection, non-aggressive when we working for well. It's true we all want.
He's got like a sing-songy kind of way of rapping. I can't tell whether this is Killah Threat or CoolKillahz. I'm gonna go with this being CoolKillahz because CoolKillahz came in second on Like a King. Yeah, I think it's CoolKillahz. He's got this very sing-songy kind of way of, and it's like it's mesmerizing. I love it. It's kind of neat. It contrasts well with Killah Threat. Again, having a little bit of contrast between the two musicians is very important. Helps to tell them apart, along with a lot of other reasons. Like there's a lot of differences between the way they rap in regards to the way they sound, the textures, the voice, the little inflections and everything like that.
Monopoly, they call it taboo. Still dressing in blue chains that be too.
Nice filtering on the percussion there. It kind of sounds like elevator music, doesn't it?
Shuffling cards against humanity. I broke the ice. Sorry, not sorry for the calamity. Now in Candyland, I'll keep it a grand. I'm on phase 10. From having my stratego together made me a made man. Connected all four elements, created new direction. Cause you playing chess against the one who mastered Chinese checkers.
Faking like they down with the team, but a fortune and fame, they do it all for the chain. Know it's all a game. Come on, join the charade. Whoa, faking like they down with the team, but a fortune and fame, they do it all for the chain. Know it's all a game. Come on, join the charade. Whoa, faking like they down with the team, but a
we got another fill.
they do it all for the chain. Know it's all a game.
Oh, we got a rolling filter with some automation on it. Cool. Nice.
Whoa, faking like they down with the team, but a fortune and fame, they do it all for the chain.
It's nice to take away the percussion and the other, and let's just hear the piano by itself along with the vocals.
Join the charade. Whoa.
It is kind of sad, isn't it? You know, like we had the second verse talk about how we need to sort of like use our brains in order like to make the correct decisions, or to get the most out of life, and the risks of not doing that. And I think that that's a really good message to sort of be talking about, you know, to like take educated risks, to make the most of your opportunities, and to not just abuse your life, you know, like yourself and you and everything related to that, just to treat yourself with respect along with the people around you, I suppose. Well, or at the very least, you know, make sure you take care of yourself properly. We got I think we got Bully Chapter 2 next. Sick, nice. Oh, some rolls in there with the 8th, 16th note grooves on the drums. Accents on the piano, cool. Oh, brass and fun, cool.
I'm misunderstood, but everything's everything. I've been doing the work while everybody playing king. Every day I'm hustling, following how the money moves. Been about my studies to better situate avenues. Have an attitude, you can kill all that. We can shoot the fade and box, what you feel about that? I come from the scraps and crumbs, attitudes and guns. I'm willing to pop smoke with smoke occupying my lungs. I have the crown for a reason, observe with close precision. I meditate at a high rate to be energy efficient. If the wolves out, then the tool out. I get the spraying early dismissal, school's out. I know my haters wanna see me in court. Thanks to my lawyer fees, I'm comfortable when I'm off the porch. If there's beef, I don't smell shit. Still smoother than hell, man. While sleeping in the battlefield with or without a helmet.
Wordsmith, genius.
Oh, so is this more through composed? I mean, it is 2 minutes 17, so we're not getting a chorus in here. We're just hearing it through. We're taking what we can from that. Okay, that's cool.
100% authentic, no extras. Hop your ass off that porch, this game gon' test you. Still breathing, there's no loss, just strong lessons. Focused on getting paid, that bitch gon' stress you. If she can't play on my team, that bitch can gon' step you. Walking around with a high point, that's the wrong weapon. Fuck around, get some hot ones in the wrong section. Thinking that they something, really on nothing. Lauryn Hill, miseducations come from assumptions. Hot boxing, we suffocating from all the puffing. Alcohol consumption, ready to get it jumping. Shit, my spot hot, good thing I got oven mitts. I'm getting paid off 3 P's like the government. I hop out twin Glocks, just call them double mint. I'm JT with the rock, somebody double. What?
Now, I want to listen to this one again, and I'm going to comment on it, okay? I'll be right back. I want to listen through some start to finish just to really understand this, because this is purely vocal-based, and the music is purely supporting in it. And, like, don't get me wrong, it sounds great. The music sounds fantastic, but I'll right back. Okay, so basically my take on the song at the moment is that we're talking about wordsmith genius and all that kind of stuff on the porch, and, like, needing oven mitts and stuff like that to be able to sort of handle the game and everything like that. You being able to afford lawyer fees and stuff like that. There was a lot of information provided within this track. Effectively, my understanding of this track is that it's about where both rappers feel they're at in their game, where they've come from. Again, like, just discussing the situation we're in and the trials and tribulations of it, but, like, knowing how to cope and handle with it. The problem is that these guys use a lot of metaphors and, like, there's a lot of wordplay involved. So, like, my brain's like, okay, I'll take in the words and then translate in real time and stuff like that. But that's the way it should be with rap and hip hop. If you just speak in a very straightforward way all the time, it can almost become sort of less interesting because it is too literal. But that's our liquor store, number 6.
Gotta get it right. Got to.
At bass set, 808 is very resonant.
Look, been a little minute now, I'm back just to switch the flow. What I'm worth by the brick or more. Product moving well, homeboy ain't gotta kick it though. You know where to find me, I'm right here at the liquor store. Been a little minute now, I'm back just to switch the flow. What I'm worth by the brick or more. Product moving well, homeboy ain't gotta kick it though. You know where to find me, I'm right here at the liquor store.
There's like a triumphant sort of like nature to this track in regards to talking about him being at the liquor store and stuff like that and everything else.
A lot of niggas post up, you know what I'm here for. Gotta get my poke up, don't do the math. I got 2 fists and 4 cups, betting by 6 million, the guys gon' be tote up. Lock eyes with her, now she waving and she passing. Baby, what's happening? Me, I'm just lamping. Hey, big brother, be the lingo for the addicts. Cash is what they asking to support they habit. Yak with the coke, nigga, I don't need a coaster. Ain't a sweet lick in the ride with the toaster.
Again, like having this filter here just to shift things up at the halfway point can just change the energy of it, especially if you have a longer verse.
That hip shit, we gon' slide like we supposed to. Mind of a coach with the drive of a chauffeur. Want it for the cheap, I can throw your ass a pro rate. Whip it right in your face like it was Chipotle. Serve it out the window, do that make it a to-go plate? I'ma holler at you later, gotta get some more drink. Been a little minute, now I'm back just to switch the flow. What I'm worth by the brick or more. Product moving well, homeboy ain't gotta kick it down. You know where to find me, I'm right here at the liquor store. Been a little minute, now I'm back just to switch the switch the flow. What I'm worth by the brick or more. Product moving well, homeboy ain't gotta kick it though. You know where to find me, I'm right.
No matter what tristan I go in, I know what I'm looking for. Cigarillos to roll up and smoke, 40 ounces, something nice and cold. Then I pay for my things and I post. Hang around here with another ropes, cause my people got the product for the low. At the liquor stores, some might be visited, others maybe have nowhere to go. Some might come to show off their cars, sipping in their vehicle, well enough before.
It was that way that he entered there with a really quick you know, that kind of stuff that was nearly nice and quick. It was a contrast to what I think Killah Threat was doing at the start. Easy way of identifying it, and the way that he can rap that quickly and come through so clearly as well is impressive.
Drive off the lot, nigga, that's strategical. Just to get attention from some lames or a bust down. In a small town, doing that, you get shut down. If it's hostile, you might wanna watch how you maneuver, cause it's eye for an eye. There's no cap to the shooter, to the bum. Niggas, what you want, nigga? There's a dollar. If you getting mad, knock you on your ass for dishonor. If the owner feeling away, he's invited to encounter. I smack across the face while one of the customers be the announcer. Be smart enough to know that things vary when going coast to coast. Cause I'm just breaking down the criteria of my liquor store.
Oh, so they're the liquor store owners, and people are buying music or providing stuff to them. I get it. Cool, it came together at the end. Sweet.
What I'm worth by the brick or more. Product moving well, homeboy ain't gotta kick it though. You know where to find me, I'm right here at the liquor store.
Dope. Cool. I was just turning on my camera for the conclusion they were about to do. But that was the first 6 tracks of CoolKillahz by Killah Threat and CoolKillahz. Great album so far, sensational. I love it. I really have enjoyed my time with it. Liquor Store, I think, was talking about, he was back away for like a minute and coming back and sort of changing the flow of it, and sort of like, maybe they took a break from making music together and now they're like refreshed. They're just sort of discussing the way they operate, and to not screw with their business because they're just trying to make their way, right? Yeah, it's great. It's an interesting metaphor for Liquor Store, for like being like a musician and other things. It's cool. You know, like a King, Show Enough, No Ops, Charade, Bully Chapter 2, and Liquor Store, there were different angles that these musicians provided throughout this, for this album. I think it's one of the best collaborations in terms of like album collaborations I've heard in quite a while. Both Killah Threat and CoolKillahz complemented each other incredibly well. Again, very distinct, different vocalists with distinct styles and ways of approaching rap, and the clean vocals and the melodic rapping and all that kind of stuff. Each of the tracks had their own unique identity in regards to the instruments they were put forward as discussed within each of the tracks. The structures for the main part were basically, the verses, and then you had verses and choruses. You had some instrumental breaks and some different interludes and outro parts, which are a variation or just another section entirely, but it fit together really well because it was more of an alternative comprehension of the original stuff that was discussed earlier in the track. It was nice to have Bully Chapter 2 as a through composed one, with both of them discussing their own positions in regards to the way they operate and their state of the game and all that. I think it's a really well produced album. There were some points where maybe like the backing vocals in one part, I think it was like Show Enough maybe, they were like a little bit resonant, and some other tracks sounded like they were a little bit quiet in the other ones in terms of the limiting and the overall loudness of it in terms of volume of the track. But for the most part, the production was really solid, and it does sound like a professionally released record. I am glad to hear that both these musicians are getting attention. I think they deserve it. And clearly articulate, talented rappers who are professional musicians who are trying to make a way of it in the game, and I really hope they can find success. Lots of love for that. Within the first few tracks, the quality of what they were trying to produce is clear, and I'm sure that I'll be paying a visit to their liquor store sometime soon. But thank you for watching this review of CoolKillahz, which is an album, again, by Killah Threat and CoolKillahz. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy this music or this video, please do go show these musicians and artists some love via their various social medias and Spotify page. Stay cool and stay safe, and please also remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as they need the help more than ever with all the crazy stuff going on in the world, and I will catch you in the next review. Spider hands out.